Good morning, good morning, good
Welcome
morning.
back. You want to introduce your guys for us here?
I have Malachi Howard, he's a senior offensive lineman. And also I have Brandon Thompson, he's a junior defensive lineman.
All right, well, tell us what it's been like. It's kind of a short time on the job there, but how's it been going so far?
It's been great. I mean, we got 10 days in now, and we finally got a chance to see a football today. And we've been real encouraging. I've been real encouraged about the work ethic of the kids. We're trying to make a change. We're trying to make a difference. We're trying to bring back the tradition of Murphy football and try to make a statement in our community that, you know, we're gonna be men of character. We're gonna do it through discipline and conditioning. And I think the kids, I want to say they have a choice, but if you know me, they don't have any choice about being disciplined or being in condition. So we're going to work extremely hard to try to make this a successful year. Success to some people may be different to what we may look at it or how we may view it, but I believe so far so good. I'm very excited about the 10 days that I've had, the talent that I see, the work ethic, the discipline, and we're just looking forward to see how this is going to turn out this year.
How's your coaching staff? What are you able to assemble so far? You still kind of put things together?
We're still a work in progress. We got about 9 coaches on our staff right now, and I would love to get that up to about 14 to 15. So we're still looking for some coaches to come fill some spots. One thing about me, I want coaches around me that want to be head coaches. And I don't know if you know, we still got some board approval, some things that got to be done, but Michael Perry is a former head coach at Central Haynesville that's going to be our defensive coordinator. He's an exceptional guy, and I'm glad that he took the opportunity to move his family and relocate to this area. Cedric Smith was a former head coach at Pensacola, Florida, Pensacola High School. He's going to be our offensive coordinator. Even though I have a lot of input with what we do offensively, if you know me, you know that's my ticket. And but I think he's an exceptional guy. Got head coaching experience that's going to help. And we just hired Rusty Funk, and I'm quite sure y'all should know that name. He's been in the area. He's going to come and help us. I hadn't made a decision whether I want him on the defense or offensive side of the ball, but he's going to join us on staff. So that's 4 head coaches that I have, and again, that's what I want. I want even my assistants. I want them to have a head coach mentality because I want them to grow and to go out and serve. You know, so I want them to be able to be a head coach in my program, and that's what we're looking for.
Coach, talk about the turnout as far as players wanting to play football. How many do you have out of football right now?
The number is 85 right now. I was real concerned about the first day. Before I got there, I was telling, you know, the trainers and everyone that was there was saying, Coach, we get anywhere between 16 to 25 a day. And that was a major concern about me. We had our first parent meeting that night. We had 54 guys, 54 parents to show up. The first morning, we had 54 players to show up and work out. That number has grown every single day. So right now, we're up to 85 guys that's going to be part of our program. And I'm hoping before school starts, I can get it up to 100. Once school starts, I should be able to get it up to 150. I'm just hoping we got enough equipment. I don't know that. I don't know if we've been practicing running and conditioning, so I hadn't had time to look at the equipment, how many helmets we got, or how many shoulder pads. But we're going to make it work. We're going to make it happen.
TK Barnett moved here. Talk a little bit about him.
Don't know a whole lot about him, but I know he's special. I can tell you that. I don't know, but he's special. As a coach in the college profession, I would say he got it. So, you know, and we gonna use it. He's been I think he's been there for about 3 days now, and even his teammates know it. They already know that and I'm quite sure once we get in some games, our opponent's gonna know he got it. So I'm excited about him, a kid that transferred to us out of Nebraska. Say he got exceptional basketball talent also. Had a great conversation with his mom. You know, I'm just glad we got him. You know, I just thank God every day. And even the guys that's coming to Murphy and want to be a part of what we're doing, I'm just thankful that they want to play ball at Murphy and get their education at Murphy. So, you know, I think all of it go hand in hand, and I think he's going to be special.
Coach, I know this situation is kind of different. Murphy goes from a 9-team region, they drop down to a 9-team region. Does having an open date the first week lend to helping you out a little bit to get the season started?
Well, again, it's new to me. I read about 6A Region 1, and I know it's real competitive. The teams got great teams, great coaches. So as far as moving down from 7A to 6A, you know, I don't know that landscape right now. I'll be learning as we go, and but I'm excited for the challenge. And I think our kids, you know, they understand. They know the difference already between what was going on last year and what's going on the last 10 days. They notice a difference, and we're going to continue to make it a difference over there, regardless who we line up against or who we line up with.
Coach, are you ready for the challenge of basically I can say it's a rebuild at Murphy coming from championship team Viger High School, and I know you bring all the tutelage and that type of atmosphere that you bring to Murphy. But what's going to be the challenge you think for you to get those guys on the same page to buy into your system?
Again, it don't matter what school you go to, whether it's Viger or Murphy or Saraland or Theodore. The challenge is to trust in the process. Everything is a process, and what we're trying to do in our program. And the kids would not believe until they see results. So I don't care what you do or how you do it or where you're doing it at. If the kids don't see any results in their work, if they're not getting the fruit of their labor, it's going to be a challenge to have them to believe and to trust the process. Now, they've been through adversity before. They know what it's like to be 2-8 and go through a losing season and suffer injuries. But they hadn't worked like this before. And I tell you, man, whatever you put in is what you get out. And if you don't work, you don't eat. So they understand that we put in the work, and we want the fruit of our labor behind it. So I think so far so good with the energy that we have in our workouts. It's just been, it's been a great conversation. And even the coaches that have been there, Coach, we've never done this before. Our kids never been like this before. And again, I tell the folks all the time, if your presence don't make an impact, then your absence will never make a difference.
Coach, I know one of the things too, 120 yards is all you need, 53 width to play a football game. Have you guys determined where you're going to play? It doesn't matter, because I know you just want 120 yards to play a football game.
Yeah, and I got great experience in my high school career. You just tell us where we want to play, when we want to play, and we'll be there. We're going to show up. So I've experienced that my first 2 years in high school football at Viger, and we're going to have that same mantra. And these guys have never had a home stadium. I don't know if the last stadium has been their home, but they still had to get on the bus. So I got on the bus 15 times last year. So I get on there one time this year. It don't matter. I'm accustomed to it. They'll figure it out. I'm gonna lead them in that direction. Just give us the time we want to play, and we'll show up, and we're gonna put a good effort out there. We're gonna be competitive. And I don't know the landscape of how it used to be to play Murphy, but I wanted to be different this year. When Murphy is on your schedule, it's a different mindset. And I think the coaches will believe it. I don't know if the players going to buy into it. And that's why we got to take advantage of it. We got to take advantage of the players still thinking this is the old Murphy.
Having players like Malachi and Brandon going into games, I know you opened the season with Saraland and Theodore.
And that's as far as I know. and really, I never like to get the game too, even if I knew the schedule. But I knew right off the bat they was number 1 and number 2, two of the best 2 teams in the state of Alabama. And it's a challenge. It's a challenge. I don't know if I'll let you finish asking your question, but go ahead.
How does that help you having kids working hard like those two?
Well, I think that's a plus because they know what's in store. They know we're not playing against a lower level team that we could just show up and win. We know we're behind the 8 ball. We started 10 days ago. They started 10 years ago. So it's a big difference. We don't know if we can catch up, but every day we come to work at 6:30, we trying. It ain't gonna be because we not trying. And again, we will never have an excuse. We won't have an excuse when we show up for Saraland. And they know the message. Get us to the 3rd and 4th quarter with a chance. And in life, and I try to teach young men, all we want in life is an opportunity. Just give us a chance. You know, if you give us a chance, we'll figure it out. And if we could just send that message out, and I know we're gonna be ready to play in the 3rd and 4th quarters of most games. We will not have our hands on our hips. We will not be bent over, and the same kind of reaction you get from us in the 1st quarter, we're gonna carry that to the 4th quarter, and they know that too. So, and they buying into that. That's one thing. That's the easiest thing so far. I didn't have to sell. They want it. So now we just got to provide it and give it to them. Give them that opportunity to get us there.
What was some of the other kids that's been having pretty good
Well,
conditioning the first 10 days?
It's been a great group. Mr. Drake for the offensive line, Zeke James. I'm still trying to learn, kids too. If you tell me what he looked like, I'll be totally lost. But Sanchez, Calhoun, and I don't know if I'm getting all these names right, but Christian Boyd, those kind of guys, the big line. We got some players, Edney, Ben
How
Jackson.
big is Christian? About 6?
About 6'4.5", about 340.
Freshman.
He got some size, and Christopher Lynch, you know, all those kids, Edney, Ben Jackson, Demetri Davis, James Holbrook. It's just been a collective group, and I love our 9th and 10th graders. And like I said, I don't even know their names with their face, but they got some talent. They got some ability. So if we could get our seniors to lead in the right direction, it'll be okay. And the reason this 11th grader is here, he represents Murphy football. If you ever come see us practice, and I don't know how he gonna play, but I know his work ethic is all about Murphy football. And that's why I wanted to bring him, because he have paid a tremendous. He didn't wait 10 days ago to get ready. He been doing this in January. I can tell one of the kids that been doing this from January is this guy right here, and that's the kind of kid I want around me all the time, because he rubs off on me, and he's a lot like me. He don't mind putting in the work. He get there early, he finish late, and he will run all day. And I think anytime you got kids like that, you got a chance. And you know, I'm excited about Brandon. I still trying to figure out his last name. I think it's Thompson, but he's special. He's special. He's special. And he's an 11th grader that's I think gonna make a great name for himself this year.
Talk a little about Malachi, Coach.
True leader, first person I talked to when they said I was gonna be the head football coach at Murphy. And again, that's special to me. You know, I reached out to him and we had a conversation, a direction, so I know he was gonna be connected to me in a different kind of way where he know the message. You know, I talked to him more than probably anybody on our team. Me and him communicate, and you got to have somebody that could coach for you at this age group. He got to be the one to call him, man, let's go to work. Called Christian Boyd this morning. You late. You know, where are you? You know, so he understands, because that's something I would do. And so he's taking that reins, and he's a senior, so he don't see, you know, some stuff that I don't think he want to carry on for the rest of his life. And I tell him all the time, whatever you do his senior year, 20 years from now, they'll never forget it. 30 years from now, they'll never forget it. When they come back to their class reunion, they gonna know what y'all record was y'all senior year. They know that. It don't go away. And I tell them anything. So, again, they got to write their story. And you got to write the story that you want to be remembered for the rest of your life. And that's what I'm getting my seniors to understand. A lot of times, most teams are led by seniors. Senior leadership is how you produce your program. You got to have them out front. They got to be drum majors in your program. And so, in essence, I think he's been a great leader for us, and I'm excited about working with him for a year. And, you know, sometimes you wish you could have kids more than 1 year, but we're going to get the best out of this year from it.
Coach, how's your wife? You mentioned that you had taken.
A lot better. A lot better. You know, during the last October, my wife had a little struggle right before the playoff, and it really didn't let up. And in March, it was critical. It was a tough point in our life, and you know, I was glad I was there to kind of help her along the struggle. And now, you know, when it comes to levels, if she was at a 38 when I got home, and at 40 she would have been gone from there. When you use the medical terms of level, and right now she's down to about a 33. So I just thank God that my wife is up and running, and I'm quite sure when you all was calling the house, she the one that kind of was the bridge for me too. And so we helped each other, and I strengthened her, and I'm just so thankful she's getting a whole lot better.
You seem kind of invigorated for a new challenge. Is that accurate?
Yeah, it got to be. And I mean, wherever I go, I mean, I coached college football for 30 years. I never stayed in one place for 30 years. So you, in this profession, you got to be able to create your own excitement. Sometimes you got to encourage yourself about where are the spots that you're in. And I've always been good at that, believing, having a different kind of confidence and what could be done. And, you know, I believe in Romans 8:28, say all things work together for good for those who love the Lord and called according to his purpose. So I believe in that. Whatever happens, whatever challenge that you have, you got to go in all in, and you got to try to do the best that you possibly can, and be thankful.
What would you tell the Murphy fans that's been fans for decades? What would you tell those people today?
Well, I mean, join the excitement. Trust the process. Join the excitement, and let's maintain. Let's bring back. I got Mr. Marty McDowell here with me today. That's legacy and tradition. If you know anything about Murphy football, you know that's what we got to. We got to reach back. In order for us to know where we're going, they got to see where we come from. And so wherever I've been, I'm always reach back into the community, get everybody involved, makes our job easier. And then you become a part of it, and you take ownership in it, because this is our team, our community, Murphy, the alumni. You know, I've met a lot of nice people just walking the track. You know, that's been mind-boggling to me. You know, it's just been great just to meet people. Yeah, I graduated from here. I played ball here. Yeah. And that's just what we got to have. You know, everybody got to buy in, to trust in the process. And I think, you know, once we get to that point, we'll make everybody proud of our community.
Okay, you want to get the guys up there, Coach?
Okay. Malachi?
How you doing, Malachi?
Good, how are you?
Good, man. What do you think when Coach McKenzie came in and was hired? What was your first impression?
So whenever he first came in, I didn't know what to think about Coach McKenzie. I was the first person that he talked to, because the coach that we had during our summer workouts before, he came and was like, "Hey, Malachi, this is the new coach. He wants to talk to all the seniors. He wants to make sure that we're all on the same page." So I called him up. I was on break at work, and it was like a quick 10, 20-minute conversation. The first thing he said was, "I love the condition." So I knew from day one it was doing a lot of running and just being probably the best in shape team in Mobile.
What are your measurements right now?
I'm 6'1", 320.
How many more people on the line look like you?
Well, I'm the smallest lineman we have.
Oh, wow. Okay. Because we've seen you past couple of years, and so you're saying you're the smallest this season. Wow.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yes.
It's interesting. Okay.
How was that first day working out with Coach Kidd?
So the first day we went out there, we ran 10-10s, 880s, 660s, 440s, and 220s. And Coach Mccann said he didn't like it. We was about to go back up the ladder, do it again. So it was definitely different. You know, I'm used to running 10 gassers, then that's being conditioning. That's just a different type of conditioning. It's just wanting to be different.
What changes have you seen in your teammates since y'all been on the Coach McKinnon's conditioning?
So I can tell now that last year our offensive line was definitely getting tired around the first and second quarter. Now I feel like that entire line now, everybody averages around 3-something. And we can definitely run around pretty well. And it's just a different kind of conditioning, being different, wanting to run, just being a leader, just trying to help the team.
Malachi, how has the atmosphere around the Murphy High School community has changed since Coach McKenzie has come on board?
So we have actually been up at practice from 6 o'clock to 11:30 almost every day. And you can tell now that even the people around the community are starting to believe that we're going to be something, that we can actually go out and do something this year.
Talk about how the city workers and all those trucks and stuff start pulling up, watching y'all practice, you know, now since Coach McKinnon's been.
So used to, no one would really come watch us practice. Now we've had like fire trucks, the city community workers just come out and watch us practice every now and then.
As a senior on the team, let's look at the next level. What do you see yourself moving on to? You want to continue playing football? What about education? What about work?
If I have the opportunity to go to the next level, I would love to. And if that opportunity comes knocking at my door, I'm going to seize it. And if not, just going to see where I end up.
Now, what does Murphy mean to you? Coach McKenzie is a first-year head coach at Murphy. You have a new principal who's a first-year principal at Murphy. So kind of share what Murphy means to you, to them.
So my first year at Murphy, we went to the playoffs. We were 6-4. We barely made it in. After that, it was just kind of like a steady downhill. And now, like, our morale as a team was getting lower and lower every year. It was like people weren't showing up to practice, and people just didn't care. Now I can see that since Mr. Sanderson and Coach McKenzie came, they've definitely raised the morale. I've seen people come to practice I've never seen before, even at Murphy. Like Christopher Lynch, I've never seen him. Apparently, he's been going to Murphy for 2 years. And he's kind of hard. He's like 6'4", 3-something to miss.
What Coach talked about, somebody told him there was like 18 to 20 or 5 of y'all working out before he got there. Was that the case? Not many people doing much?
Well, so we have around 8 or 9 racks in our weight room. And we were able to fit like only 1 or 2 people to a rack. You can work out by yourself before Coach McKenzie came. He had that meeting the first night. It was a bunch of football players, basketball players, just showing up that wanted to come play for Coach McKenzie.
All right, thank you, Malachi.
Sorry.
Brandon? How you doing, Brandon?
Good, how about you?
Good, man. Tell us about your first impression of Coach McKenzie.
I always been watching Coach McKenzie, like 2 years now since he's been at Vital, and I love him. Like, he like a father figure to me. And I just like how he coached. He really changed everything at Murphy. Like, he changed the coaching experience. Like, I ain't never had a coach like Coach McKenzie. He's just a different coach. Like, he won it. Like, he made the whole football team want it. Like, we all want to win now since he got there.
Talk about this little running club you got. You know, offensive, defensive linemen be running. Talk about some of those people that's in that running club.
Me, St. Therese, Malachi, Zeke and Christian, Drayford, and Christopher. Yeah, Sersky.
As a junior defensive lineman, what expectations are you putting on yourself? What goals are you setting? You guys in a 9-team region. You come out week 2 going at it.
I believe I can be All-American. I believe I've been putting in the work my first 2 years in high school, and I feel like I've been getting better than I was last year and the year before that.
You gonna make sure Coach McKenzie know your last name, right?
Yes, sir.
Gotcha.
Talk a little bit about Coach Perry and how he simplified the defense that he's installed.
Yeah, he's bringing a different defense. Like, he's a very good coach. He bringing. I feel like ain't no team scoring over 15 on it this year. That's just how I feel.
You talked about Coach McKenzie being different. How define that? How's he different from other coaches?
He make us believe. Most coaches just go out there and coach. He's not one of them. He treat everybody like family and make everybody believe that we can do it, like that we got a chance to go to the playoffs.
Who are some of your other teammates that's been working hard, since Coach McKenzie?
Malachi Howard, Christian Board, St. Therese, Brandon Bendoff, Jalen Edney, Demetrius Davis, Sersky.
What about your quarterback, Holbrook?
Oh, I love him. He's gonna be great.
Do you play any sports at Murphy besides football?
No, sir.
They will. Like Martin Sport athlete. I apologize.
They don't realize you.
You had the
coach.
right answer.
I know Coach McKenzie didn't talk about that, the upgrades you making. Well, you can just say.
Oh, well, yeah, we're working with some people, some leaders in our community to try to remodel our field house. So we're trying to we don't know if it's gonna be done, but we wanna try to have it done before they get back a different phase of it, before our guys get back on July 25th. So, we trying to make a change, we're trying to make it different. And, so this part of the process is to do something with our field house and remodel it. And, we're getting great support from our communities and our leaders. We just excited about it, something new, something different.
Coach, was this the same type of approach you took when you got to Viger?
I mean, I reached on all my experiences. I don't know no other way. No matter, even when I first started coaching in 1986, in 1985 when I went to my high school, I've always tried to make a difference and try to make a change, and be about betterment. I've been in a situation where I've been 0-11 before. I've been in a situation where I've been 11-0. That don't move me. The game don't move me. It's just making something better and giving us opportunity to experience something that we probably never had an opportunity to experience before. And so even when I first took the opportunity at Kemper County, we had muscle milk, we had Powerade, we had everything. We just wanted it different. Kids had never seen nothing like that before. And I was afraid that, I was gonna have a hard time adjusting to high school. I just said, well, my experience from college, we just gonna let these high schools have that kind of experience. They gonna be experiencing what we did on a college level, how we did in college, because it's preparing them for life. And I'm trying to prepare them for the next level. So, in college, we always try to prepare our guys to get to the next level. And then now that I'm in high school, I'm trying to prepare them to get to the next level and see something you never seen before, be something you probably never been before, and be better than you ever could be. And it's a work in progress, but, every day, we're gonna be striving to do everything we can to make a difference, and make a change, and to make it better. So if you come in our locker room and we got one flat screen TV in there, that's better than what we had last year, because we didn't have no flat screen TVs in there. So, if we could do something to our bathrooms or our weight room, if we could just paint the wall, that's a difference, that's a change. If we could just paint the goalpost, that's a difference, that's a change. It wasn't, so that's what we're trying to do. 2-on-8, we wanna change that, we wanna make it different, we wanna make a change, so everything we do, and I tell them, in life, every day you wake up, it's a practice. You practicing on your life every single day, so you make the most of your practice every day, whether it's an English class, whether it's a math class, whether it's a weightlifting, whether it's a conditioning, whether it's a game, you've always trying to make a difference and get better. And so, that's what I'm just trying to point to these kids to believe it, and like you said, you know, it's a belief. You gotta start in your mind first. You gotta believe that you can do it first before it can be done. Because if you say, I can't run, guess what? You can't run. If you say, I'm tired, you tired. So you just gotta change your mindset about what you wanna accomplish and then work towards it. That English class is the same way. That math class is the same way. You gotta change your mindset. Yes, you can do math. Yes, you can do English. You just gotta put your mind to it. And sometimes it may take you longer. I tell you, a lot of folks don't like to look at film with me. I take too long. I look at one play 100 times, when you might look at it 5 times and go to the next play. So it takes me, I need to get it different. So, you know, so that's why I try to keep them as long as I can. Y'all know what time we start. Don't come at 7, be there at 6. Be there, I'm gonna be there. And don't leave at 11:30. You know, and that's another thing I enjoy. After we finish, our guys go back on the field and work out again. And it makes me mad, because I don't think I did enough. I don't think we did. Y'all got that much energy. We should have ran another 2 hours. But they believe in that, and again, they want to be better. And I want the total kid. I just don't want the football player. That's why I talk to my kids all the time, because I want the total kid, and that they can be better after life, after football, and have a better life. Make it better for your family. You know, that's what I want. And be leaders and be fathers in our community, and be there for their kids. So that's gonna always be my message. And I don't, like I said, I never be concerned about a game or an opponent. It's about making them better in life. And every game and every practice and every day that we're together, I pray that I could tell them something that they can hang their hat on and believe and become a better man.
All right, thank you, Coach, guys. Good luck this year.